Takuma Matata here, bringing you more coverage from PAX East. I'm here with Eric, the developer mastermind behind, so to speak, a puzzle that will help you learn the Japanese language. So, what made you decide to create this game, Eric?
So I've been studying Japanese for a while, and I'm still kind of just okay at it, and I wanted people to have a better experience than I did. And so I don't like memorizing things, I don't like flashcards, I forget what I learned that way, and so I wanted to make an experience more like traveling. Like, I love traveling in Japan, and when I've been there, I often kind of sit in train stations and then stare at signs and try to figure out, like, what is this talking about? And I wanted to see, could you learn the language just by that, by like trying to figure out the meaning of every word as opposed to memorizing?
Right, and that's fantastic, because I know definitely one thing that I know a lot of people that I know that have been language teachers of any language is like the context. It really is not about the memorization, but about learning and using it into sentences, which, you know, looking at your game, that's what you kind of do. You have like the sentences, and you kind of have to pick the word and put it in the right spot to basically complete that sentence.
Yes.
Right, so that's fantastic. Now, I know we briefly spoke, and this is off camera, but I know that you spoke about your experience about you got lost in Japan, and that's kind of what was happening here in the game a little bit, or
I mean, it's sort of loosely based on, like, if you don't know what's going on, like how do you figure out where you're going and like, what you're doing? And I mean, it's very overwhelming. Like, there's a lot of stuff to pay attention to, and
Right, and definitely one of those things where when you don't know the language at all, and you're in the country though, and then you get lost. So, other than the inspiration for this and everything, I know you said that you visit Japan kind of multiple times throughout. Now, what parts have you been in? Is the game focused on any in particular, like a more rural area? Is it like the city? Is there?
Yeah, it's a mixture of places. There's some rural locations, some parks, there's a zoo, there are some cities. It's loosely based on some places in Toyama-ken, which is a prefecture in northwestern Japan, but it's fictional.
But fictional, right? Yeah. Okay. And how do you feel the reception has been so far here at PAX?
It's been awesome. It's like really fun. I like watch people play, and you can kind of tell that they're picking up some words as they get further and further into the game. Yeah.
Which is obviously what you want.
Which is what I hope. Yeah.
Right. So that's fantastic. Now, do you have like a hopeful release day for the game yet?
So I haven't said exactly. It'll probably be over the summer.
Over the summer. Okay.
But I don't know quite yet.
Right. Now I do know again we had spoke briefly. I know you're saying that as you're watching people, you kind of are seeing little things like, oh, I can fix that, I can fix that, which is another reason why you're like, I'm not sure. Yeah. You're like, hopefully this, but maybe not. So that makes sense. You want to make sure you get all the little kinks worked out and everything.
Yeah. It's really a challenge. There's so many words that it introduces. Like, the game will have something around 400 words.
Okay.
And so those words are, they need to be introduced enough and repeated enough that people can actually learn it. So it's like making sure that's actually happening is been a challenge.
Right, absolutely. So you said about like 400 words. Obviously, they're not going to see the word just one time in that one sentence. It's going to be like throughout. So as you go throughout the game, if you can tell us, because I know you got to keep some secrets, I'm sure. But as you go out throughout the game, do you get like more sentences and it's more words and it's previous words you might have used like 100 words ago maybe? Like, So it
starts off with just individual words, and then you start to have basic sentences. So like, something exists, something does not exist. And then it introduces adjectives like, this tree is tall, like, this music is loud. And then it builds, probably the most complex sentence is something like, if you're not a customer of this store, please don't park here. Which is a real sign that I saw. I thought, like, I want to teach this sign.
Right, definitely important out there. I found it really important myself, like when I was out there myself and riding my bike, right? Where not to park my bike, because the last thing I need is to walk out and my bike is gone and then I'm paying a fine or something. So very important to know that sentence, absolutely. Now, as far as like basics, what are some other, I guess, sentences? Like, I'm assuming, I'm probably wrong, but I know for me, some of the things that I first learned is like, where's the restroom? So I'm guessing some of those would be like in there as well.
Yeah, like the bathroom is over here. Some things like, for example, if you push this button, then the walk light will become longer. These are just some examples of like
It kind of like you said, you want them to be able to experience, at least go out there with like the basic sentences and
Yes.
how much is this or what is this
Right,
and things like
right,
that.
right.
So that's fantastic. And like you said, this idea just kind of came from your own experience and everything. So that's lovely. We always love that passion because again, I'm the same way. It's easy to memorize something, but then putting it into sentence form or context form, I can memorize all day long, but if I don't really know how they connect, it does me no good. So
right.
definitely got that. So thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I really appreciate it. So I know you were saying hopefully, but you're not sure when it will be released. Are you planning? So is there a demo out right now, or
yes. So there's a demo
Steam?
that's available on Steam right now,
Okay.
and you can play it.
Okay, so there you go, guys. So there's a demo out available on Steam right now. Now, when you do get this release, is it just going to be here on the Steam platform?
Yeah, it's going to be just Steam at first on like PC and Mac, and then if it does well enough, then I might think about porting it to other platforms.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I hope it does well enough. I'd love to see it on other platforms, but I'm ready for it. I'll definitely be going ahead wishlisting this on Steam because I'm trying to relearn myself, and perfect game to do so, right? So again, Eric, thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate you. I know things can be a little crazy, so definitely appreciate the time you took here.
And thank you so much for talking to me. It's really nice to talk to you.
Absolute, thank you. And thank you guys for once again joining me here at PAX East. Please stay tuned. We still have more demos and interviews upcoming here for y'all to view. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.